live in Brooklyn, baby. We gonna make it, baby. What's good and such? This your boy Crossfire. You know what I'm saying? I'm live in Brooklyn, New York and such. You know, I'm here with the fam and all that. But I would like to welcome y'all to the life and times of Crossfire and the Big Apple, and you know, New Jersey, Brick City. What's good and such? Yeah, man. Pretty much, I'm on vacation, but you know, I'm gonna interview some of the livest people representing the footwork culture, you know, on the East Coast. So be in tune in that. Great new videos to come. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the view while I'm in Brooklyn, New York. So peace.
I don't even have any fucking headphones.
What's good and such? I'm your boy Crossfire for the night. I am live with DJ Gibson and such. Eddie Surgeon Protect Life, you know what I'm saying? East Coast and such. One half of Tripletrain, but I don't get it though. I thought it was a trio.
It's a duo. It's a duo.
How's it a duo when y'all got a name that's a trio?
It's part of the mystery, man.
I literally thought Tripletrain was a trio. I'm like, there's gotta be a third person. And
the third person is the crowd, man. The third person's the crowd. You know? That's my philosophy that I just made up.
I guess it makes sense. The duo and then the trios, the people that interact with their music. That's a clever way of putting it and such. But how you feel, man?
I feel good, man. I'm on the platinums right now, you know. We're about to get it in, about to track out a little bit, so we'll see.
Alright.
Man, we gotta laugh though soon. Because Drew's about to be here.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. Right now we playing the legendary The Mind of Tracks Man Volume Number 2, which is out now. I'm playing the music, so go cop that. Literally.
Yep.
There's nothing but heat. I can vouch for it. I've been had those tracks before the album came out. I'm just talking. But yeah though. You know what? Like I said, you don't see vinyls no more. You don't see turntables like these no more.
We got the shitty mixer right here.
But yeah, man, we just live in the cut. Oh, he got the Tech Life shirt on and such.
Always.
Tech Life or no life. That's how we supposed to do it. Dude off the platinum, so he hit it. I'm just waiting for DBK. He about to come through his son. Oh, you playing the hit. Yeah, just what that.
force. Of the Kush. This mix it sucks ass though. This old ass song, man. The Gemini. Go ahead. That's a weird.
That's a weird way of recording it. Eddie Studio and such, we tracking out once again, you know what I'm saying?
So we just use that. Something. You know something cool is in there. Okay, let's see. Right there. Let's just do this. Hold up. Let's just take that down, and then we'll catch like one other part down there. that we could switch back to, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just get like... That was dope. What I need... You're a little off, you know, so it's like... Or just keep doing this.
I'm just playing around like we don't know where to begin now. Well, we'll figure out something though.
I can't handle the camera.
You can't handle the camera. Well, you camera shy and such, cuz?
I mean, nah.
This brother's camera shy and such.
Not good looks for Mel Gibson. Hold up. Join all that shit. Boom, boom, boom. And then back to these. Cause it's... Nah, it's gotta be... down like this. Right? No, it's gotta be one more. And then maybe back to these first. Join that bitch. Something like that. Go ahead. You're good. And it'll just repeat, so like keep going even when it loops back. Kind of like that silence up there. Cool. And then now we can switch it back to auto. And we should be... Oh fuck, I think I deleted your shit when that happened though. I thought we had yours going. But what you can do is add some like snares on it. 1 second. Hold up. Oh, I'll just add another lane and use that for snare.
think it sounds a little off?
Yeah.
Sounds
That's why I like it.
Oh, you like it off?
Well, I think we can do this now. Yeah, you can do the snares on here now. Just don't hit the bass drum parts. Oh yeah, we haven't quantized the drums yet either. They're still like, you know, that's why it sounds a little off.
You haven't what?
Quantized.
How you do quantize it?
Fucking right click, quantize. Just gotta, I don't know. I don't like to do it that much, but I mean, it helps a lot. In terms of,
It gets it
you
more,
gotta do it. I mean, it's just like,
gets it more on point.
yeah. You can also control U for PC users. That should be good. That's not even good at the beginning, was it? Oh, that's good.
Learning do different ways and styles of how people make their tracks and such up on Ableton. And I use Fruity Loops and such, but you know, people tell me it sounds like you don't use Fruity Loops program. It's all about how you use the program.
So we'll have to modify that a little bit, you know.
We'll be right back. What's good and such? I'm here with Tripletrain, repping that tech life and such.
Hell yeah.
But why y'all call yourselves Tripletrain? Where's the third person at?
No, there's no three people. There's 3 trains to my house, which was the original studio. So one time we were talking about the trains, some shit. I think I said like Tripletrain, and then we were both just like,
So that's where the name originally came from.
But the third member is whoever you need it to be. That's the mysterious.
I said earlier, I was like, the philosophy I just thought of is the third person's like the crowd, you know? Like, the third person's whoever's feeling our shit. Like,
third person is the weed. Third
the
person
weed,
is the fucking...
the promethazine.
It's the vibe, bro.
I hear that. So, how long y'all been producing?
Together? Or
2 years now?
independently?
Both.
Together, I think almost 3, bro.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Almost 3 years.
Since we did like SoundCloud and all that shit. But I mean, like I told you earlier, I've been fucking with music for almost like 18 years, really, since I was 13, and then, you know, being 31, I've been fucking with the software and shit since it was really doable. I mean, I've been chopping shit up since Reason 1, which sucked. So that's why I was saying about Ableton. The minute I got my hands on that, I was like, this is way better. So I mean, but I had the MPC 1000 when I was in Phoenix, and now I just bought the 5000. You know, I fuck with everything. Whatever works, though. I'm not loyal to shit. I mean, I swear to God, if something's not working for me, I sell it.
I was out in Chicago recently, and like Heavy had the machine. I'd never really messed with machine before, but that shit was awesome.
Yeah, it's on point, man. I just haven't owned it. You gotta own it. You know, once you get your hands in it. That's true. But maybe if you get it, then we'll get going.
I know, right? Apparently, we can get a deal on it, according to Earl.
Well, man, how long you been independent?
I've been, okay, so like the instant I figured out how to like crack programs and like get like, you know, pirated shit when I was in like, you know, 15 years old, 16 years old, I was like, my friend was giving me copies of Fruity Loops and stuff, and I was like, you know, the tutorials are few and far between at that point because it was so early in the internet age. You know, YouTube hadn't come out yet really, so it was all just like, you know, it was just like forums and like, okay, this is what you have to do to like do this.
Take it for granted now.
Yeah, I know, right? And now, so now there's like all these tutorials out there, and then like, but then when I was like 18, I started making like mashups and shit in college, and you know, whatever, like doing stupid shit. I was just really a big listener to music, and then, you know, I figured out how to use Reason through my friend Ray Rush, shout out. He like gave me Reason, and so I started messing with Reason, and I just made loops in Reason for like years. I just did like stupid loops, like that's all I would make. I wouldn't make anything longer than like 30 seconds or something. And then like after I met Drew, he kind of showed me how to like structure those loops out into like coherent songs and shit.
Yeah, I was just figuring that out myself.
Yeah, and so we kind of, we sort of figured out this weird fusion together, and it was, it became this like really cool thing.
Now that she's still evolving.
Yeah.
Okay. So, when did y'all first discover footwork music? Because coming from the East Coast, I told the Heights earlier a few days ago, it's amazing that the East Coast, you know, they normally pick up on music at a quick pace, like boom, like they know about it.
Yep.
But not familiar with footwork, which is kind of odd in a sense, like.
Yeah.
Like for example, we would have come like, hey, oh, we got to do like, I know who y'all are, like I've heard what type of music y'all do, but which is pretty strange to me. But when you first heard it, people in New York and New Jersey or anywhere in the East gonna be like, oh my God, this boom and
Slept on it, bro.
So when did y'all first discover footwork? Music
we had just discovered it right before we met, like independently. I think it was
like 3.5, 4 years ago.
It was one of those. It was that like Rashad spin mix. I forget who did it. It was on some, you know, it was like exclusively on some like blog online or something. Yeah. And I had downloaded it on my iPod or on my iPhone, and Drew had the same one on his computer. And we were like, dude, have you heard of this? Like, have you seen this?
They had their own exclusive accelerator.
That might have been it.
And it was literally every track was them. And they had like 2 with DJ Rome on there.
That might have been it, yeah.
So, I mean, that was like 3.5 years ago. And then, like, I had heard them that summer too. Faulty DL had dropped I don't remember what track. I think it was That Shit Huff, which is actually Rashad and Rome. But, yeah, that was in the accelerator mix as well. Because for a while there, I mean, once again, just to go back to the internet, I mean, even 5 years ago, shit was not cracking like it is now. I mean, you didn't have every last fucking blog, you know what I'm saying? So you had a few things going in the iTunes, whether it was the Juno podcast, the Accelerator podcast, the Resident Advisor podcast. Those are the only 3 I was tapped into when I first got to New York. But that was amazing. I mean, I still go back to the old Accelerator shit and dig through it. Like, I swear to God, like, I'm listening to that. I have every single Accelerator podcast since they started. There's like 370 some shit now.
When I had just moved to New York, I had also just discovered Percussion Lab, which is a great website. The design on the website is beautiful. it's just mix after mix after mix after mix. And there were a lot of machine drum mixes, there were a lot of other mixes, and it was just like everybody putting shit on there. And that was real, you know, there were some underground people like putting, you know, footwork into their mixes because it was like D&B mixes that was already at 160 and they were sneaking in footwork in there. And then, let's see, Rhythm Incursions with Laurent Fantoni. He was like, that podcast I fucking religiously downloaded. Like, it was just so mind-blowing. He was like, to me, he was like the underground on the forefront of a lot of sounds that I was really tapped into at the time. And a lot of it was like wonky shit, like some weird shit, but then half of the show would be like a bunch of faster shit, and there would be a lot of Philip D. Kick, and there would be like, he would sneak in some Rashad and Spin in there, and that was my first like official exposure to it, so.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So now, with the footwork culture being exposed and more boomed into the East Coast, how is y'all pushing it out here, you know, pushing the culture out here? Because, you know, it's not, you know, it's getting there as far as the clubs and parties and dance and, you know, venues that y'all doing, like the Lit City raves and all that, and parties here and there that y'all do. Like, how is y'all pushing the culture out to expose to expand the fans of footwork?
I mean, I feel like, well, the good thing is when we got into it, we weren't the first. I mean, you already had Jay Kush, who had a long relationship with Spin, Rashad, the Tech Life crew, and doing all the Lit City shit. So, I mean, first, I mean, we give a lot of props to him because that's somebody that really we're still learning from. You know what I mean? And so, it wasn't really that we had to come out and plant a flag. It actually was already out here, and you had TCJ, another Tech Life member who's still out here. And so, it felt like we were really just joining something that was
catching up. We were catching up.
You know, and so obviously we've contributed since then, and that's been good. But it never felt like, oh shit, nobody's out here doing it. It's like, oh, okay. Now
there's a couple people
we're just coming on to something that someone's
help it grow.
Doing. Yeah, and so yeah, people have been already pushing that ahead of us, and so like yeah, we're just trying to contribute, but. And
we started Skyline Sessions.
With respect to what we're doing, we got a couple parties that we work through. Skyline Sessions.tv, which is an online party, like kind of a Just Jam boiler room type of thing that we do right here in Crown Heights, or on a rooftop when we can. And then we got Low Key that we kind of that's just our little back pocket party that we do here and there when we have people come in town or whatever. But I mean, for me personally, I feel like, you know, and we don't dance, you know, so it's not like we're out, we're dancing at all these parties and shit like that. You know, we bring something a little bit different. That's what I was explaining earlier, like, you know, that we've explained to Rashad and Spin back in the day, is that, like, you know, we're producers first and foremost. Yeah. We're not promoters. We do some promotion, we do parties, but that's not what our game is. And we're not dancers and whatnot. I mean, we DJ, and even above that, we make tracks. So I think the best thing that we can do out here is the best thing that anyone on Tech Life can do is just get the heat online, get it out there in the world, so more and more people become fans, whether they're fans of a certain style, like the OG, like Traxman or RB Boo or something, or they pick up on some of the new guys, that all feeds back into that crew. And so we're not out to try to be anything that we really aren't good at. We're just going to bring what we're good at, which is production, and a little bit of throwing parties, and definitely DJing. And we'll just do that, you know, and I think that's actually been pretty successful, to be honest. That's why we have our
There's
little
a lot
bit
of
name
people out there that want to start their own, like, you know, party, and they just immediately come out the gate and be like, this is a new monthly party, like, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, they get tired after a little bit, and they stop doing it, and then it loses its, you know, its glamour and shit. So we're trying to be careful not to do that. Yeah, and we're trying to be careful not to, like, you know, overhype, you know, our own shit. We do it really, we're pretty calculated with, like, how we release things, how we throw certain events, like, when we do things. It's a really well curated kind of thing. And I think that's the most important thing, because there's so many people out there like, all right, this is my new party, like, blah, 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 it's gonna be every week, like, and then it's just, like, kind of turns into nothing real fast, and then people stop caring. So
they don't have an underlying product.
Right, and they don't have tracks. They have like 5 remixes they've done or something, you know, and it's just like, alright, they go out and they DJ on their APC 40, which is cool, but like,
No,
that's not
I
like,
mean,
like,
you know, if I had to pick between those three, I would never leave the studio. If we didn't have to throw parties and DJ, for me personally, I just rather be in front of my gear at all times. But DJing is a lot of fun. Yeah. But throwing the parties is not that fun. It's just too much work and money.
a lot of stress.
Well,
I just want to do other people's parties and let those people.
I told the Heights this too. You got, in this footwork community, there's two scenes. You got the party scene and you got your battle scene. The battle scene is basically us footworks, but what people don't know, the battle scene of the footworks came from the party scene, because that's all we really had back then was parties, and that's what sparked the battlers. And I tell people worldwide in New York and LA and wherever that's pushing this culture, it's like, y'all got the party scene down pat, but it's like, I'm just hoping to see it's a few footworks that start escalating from New York
dancing and shit. Like, I think the more that the music grows, I think the more that we get the music out there and we can facilitate that with other people's parties and stuff, I think the dancing will come. I think people will realize that there's a whole dance to it. People will start catching on, especially with the era crew starting to get really,
out.
You know, it's like now that those guys are out there now and they're showing people that there's a whole nother aspect to it, who might not have necessarily been on YouTube and seen videos
and
that
the party
all y'all are taking at battlegrounds and shit, and like, you know, if people aren't on YouTube seeing that shit, then they need to see it at the party.
Well, and promoters see people like the era come out, and they don't just want footwork at that point. They want the dance with the music, because it, like you're saying, it basically goes hand in hand. And all we really can provide personally without learning how to do this shit, and it's fucking hard. I can't really learn.
I can walk. That's about it.
Yeah, but I mean, we can provide, you know, maybe 2/3 of that environment, but the other third is the footwork. And so it's sick that, you know, the era is a crew, and obviously there's other dancers out there too. And I think when people see that, like at the Lit City rave, especially the one that had just happened with RP Boo and Dion and all those dudes, like, I mean, hell yeah, man. I think people are going to expect to see that at the shows. And so that's going to be people at the front, us bringing people out who already know how to do it. But in the long term, when people go to those shows and see that shit, they want to do it themselves. You know, any parties like that, people want to be in the spotlight, they want to be hyped. And so dancers are going to show up, you know what I mean? And that's when it'll really...
And you know what?
You know?
Y'all doing a good job on that, because it's like the more footworkers start coming to New York, the more and more people going to be like, hey, man, you know, I've been there so many times.
Yeah.
I want to learn, you know.
That's all Jamie again, though. That's Jay Kush, you know. He was the one who brought the era out, you know, and there really haven't been anybody else coming out to dance. I mean, Manny sometimes will dance on stage for a little bit.
Yeah, some of the tech life usually but it's not like.
But yeah. I mean, that's all Jay Kush. He's really seeing that next level kind of thing. Like, he can tell that that's the next high demand. Is like, people need to see the act behind the music. You know what I mean? And that's part of it. You know?
And you know what? I truly respect y'all for that. And, you know, big ups to New York for really putting the dance scene right on the map, because I tell people back at home, Chicago is a very rough time for our community. Like, it's booming elsewhere, but it's not where it needs to be at home, where it originally started at.
It's a fucking war zone right now.
Yeah.
It's Iraq, man.
Damn,
you see that?
You look at Japan, and they have the scene down.
Yeah.
They have it down. I see videos all the time online from those dudes, and there are people dancing like
the whole crowd's
crazy.
There,
yeah, people are going wild. I can't wait to get out there and just like chill with them. Like, they are next level.
And they got and I told them, the only country that got it down packed is Japan.
Yeah.
They got the dancing scene and the party scene and the DJs, and they make their own tracks.
And the females.
Let's not forget.
Hey, I don't blame you on that, though.
I'm trying to be the tallest motherfucker around, you know?
But, you know, Japan got it down pat. They make their own tracks, besides the fact they play other people's tracks for, like, you know, with Shy Spin, myself,
So
tracks,
good.
man, RP Boo, etc., etc. So, you know, and it's amazing how Japan, we didn't really taught them. It's like most say like we really learned from YouTube, and like for y'all to do some hard studying and get it down pat.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, bro. And what are they in it for? It's just the music. I mean, what do they got? You know, they ain't out there like trying.
They're not making mad money. They're not like getting super famous. And I think we're in the same boat.
That's
like,
probably true.
Obviously, it's like you're not in it. Don't get in it for the money because it's never gonna come. You know, it's like you gotta just love what it is. You gotta love like what it's about, and
for sure.
And you know what? That's our downfall back at home. We're not loving it what it is before. Back at home, they treat it like a fad. And you know, after all these years of footworking, it's like, man, this ain't no fad. This is a lifestyle. We've been doing it.
Now, you know?
Exactly. And you know, it makes me more sad. People don't. I'm not going front. People back at home, they're not appreciating what the other world is doing to push our culture that we established. Like, why you going down to other folks that loves what we do?
Right.
You can't get mad at that.
And you don't hear it mentioned without the word Chicago. So it's not like a lot of people are out here like, oh yeah, we're doing it. You know what I mean? It's always like back to Chicago. Like, oh, this is a thing from Chicago. So it's like, I mean, people from the old school and from footwork from Chicago. I mean, they should be proud of that. But at the same time, I mean, you're still going to watch it slip away if people don't stay on. I mean, obviously the whole Tech Life crew is out there, but, you know, like any other thing, it could start there, but it doesn't have to, it may not stay there if you know what I mean? Like
it's international now, you know. You know, we got Fallon Easy, we got Jackie Dagger out in Belgrade, Serbia, you know, like, they're really, really tearing it up out there right now. It's so crazy.
But Chicago's still got to stay on
exactly,
that, you know, like, yo, I mean, we made this thing, like he's saying, like people out there that maybe aren't directly in that community, gotta show that respect of like, yo, this is like a real thing that started here. People that are still here doing it, that've been doing it, maybe need a little.
I'm gonna say this,
but I don't live there, so I don't know.
I'm gonna say this. This is a message to Chicago. Embrace the fact that the world loves our culture.
Yeah, right. Yeah, man.
Embrace it.
Right.
These are my two witnesses right here.
Nah, but for real, like I mean, RP and Tracks, man. I mean, those guys, it's like. They should be famous, you know what I mean? Like for real, like at least in Chicago, I hope they walk down the street.
It's starting to happen.
Yeah,
though.
I hope.
RP Boo's about to be on the Adult Swim shit that's coming up. The new Adult Swim like lineup of like artists that they're fucking with. Like he's about to be on that, and that means a lot of exposure to the younger crowd, to the college crowd.
Yeah, he should be.
And Tracksman, I mean, Mind the Tracksman Volume 2 has been getting more press than I've ever seen.
But locally, I hope they
are getting,
you know, like I hope people are like, yo,
and that's how it should be. Those the OGs, the oldest cats. They in their 40s still making good heat.
Yeah.
So you know, and with that being said, it just makes me, like I said, it just makes me more happy that it's booming elsewhere and worldwide, because I'm like, this is blind faith to us. We didn't know it was going to be big. We was just regular people, just footworking. I was just a regular person recording, just putting people out there without me blindly knowing like, oh, I ain't know the Japan was watching, or y'all was watching, or England was watching, LA, Poland, wherever else worldwide that loved our music. And you know, and then they say, and then someone told me like Japan's been following our culture since Dance Mania. So I'm like,
and now, you know, it's a new era with the internet, so everybody's watching everybody now, even if it's shitty they're watching, so you know. But that's the point, is people that actually had a product that now it's for real breathing, you know what I mean? Like people are gonna hear it, they're gonna see it,
they're gonna like
this video, whatever. I mean, everything's out there. They better like it.
Well, if y'all like it, I'm gonna say this, I love it. You know, y'all like it, I love it. If y'all love it, then damn it, I love it way more since y'all love it.
We definitely love it. I mean, for real. And I mean, I started out liking it just because it was my taste. I mean, it wasn't. I never got into it for dancing. I mean, I was just into sampled music. I was into Dilla, Doom, everything I could get my hands on that was chopped up jazz, soul, R&B. That's all I remember
not that bullshit R&B that we listen to nowadays.
I mean, I'm talking about whatever, but I mean, for me,
I'm just talking just to be funny.
I listen to a lot less R&B than I do, honestly, like straight hip hop. And probably most of the hip hop I listen to is more like West Coast, to be honest. At least it was in 06,
Oh,
05.
MF Doom.
Yeah.
Well, MF Doom's New York, but like his style was like way influenced by that shit. By
Yeah,
all
and
the,
like
Dilla shit.
Exactly. Anything that's chopped like that, and that's what the minute I heard Rashad in them, it was just like, oh, here's another thing that I like, you know what I mean? And so then I realized, oh, there's dancing, and then so for me, I mean, I kind of wandered into it blind. I mean, I didn't. It definitely wasn't like, oh, I just saw L.O.T.C, or oh, I just heard about this shit. There was no hype involved, you know. It was just I heard an artist, and I was like, oh, let me dig into that, and that's like right when we had met up for the first time, and we were both exactly happening at the same time, that same thing. So.
Well, as we
So now I love it, you know, like
as we come close to the end, two questions for the both. What do y'all plan to do within the future to push this culture? Like, what's y'all major goal? Like, major ideas?
Multi-millionaire.
Triple millionaire.
Trying to make $3 billion. No, man. I mean, I always want to like sustain a lifestyle where we can keep making music. That's it. I mean, and keep making tracks. And I mean,
that's it.
And that's the long term. The short term, I mean, really, literally, like this summer, this year, next year, we're just trying to really see Tech Life succeed and play our part wherever we can. And where right now, it's just the more product we can put out, the bigger we can get personally as an artist duo is better for Tech Life. If we can secure a world tour where we're making money and then we got 4 or 5 people coming with us, that's good for Tech Life. I mean, I just anything we can do for ourselves or for someone directly in the crew is a win for everybody.
It's about the team, you know.
And I think everyone's trying to succeed based on that.
And like, you know, recognizing your strengths. Like, I feel like I'm really good at like sort of getting out there and finding, you know, certain people that would be interested in like getting involved with us and stuff, and like you know, the whole DJ thing. It's like I would love to just be sitting there making tracks every day, but a lot of times you have to be out there DJing to let people hear it out there, and you have to let them know also how it mixes and how it plays together and how like a continuous set can be fucking crazy, like phenomenal.
And show all the ABC 40 dudes.
Yeah, and get that ABC 40 shit out of here, like mix.
Yeah, you gotta have talent on probably 3 fronts at least. I mean, you gotta know how to produce, DJ, and you gotta know how to network. And that's just the main 3. A lot of other things come with it later, but
I hear that.
So that's you can't juggle 3 or 4 of those balls in the air. I mean, you're not even really gonna be doing anything, let alone this crew. But I mean, I'm just saying, like,
that's what's nice about being a duo, though. Like, you know, it's just like for the things that you lack, the other person can definitely like help you out with and stuff. And it's just like it's a great push and pull. It's a great sort of like, you know, check system where it's like, okay, well, are you sure it should be like that? Because what if it was like this? You know,
by yourself,
like,
you never really. I mean, at least for me, I would be putting shit out, not really but we can bounce shit off each other all the time.
It's great.
Well, that's the same way with me and K.O.T.C, and you know, we're collectively known as CrossRoads, just like you and DBK is Tripletrain and such. So, you know, we push each other. You know, it's one and twine with each other and all that. But
yeah, man, you need that. I'm sure all these other dudes got that too. Even if they're not officially a duo, you know, everyone's got their like, you know, whoever. Like that's what the crew's all about. Now it's nice having these other guys on the crew too. I mean, well, being on the crew with these other guys because we can send tracks around.
Yeah, that's
get
really
feedback
nice.
from
Chicago,
Denver, you know what I mean? Like,
well, to end this interview, is there anything y'all would like to say to the fans, to the people worldwide, to people Chicago, wherever?
Just be ready. That's it.
Ready for
We
this
got a lot of tracks we're sitting on.
Save your money right now. The LP is going to be hot. You'll probably buy it 2 or 3 times.
3 times, hopefully. Triple.
Yeah, man.
Well,
just look out for us, man. Just keep your ears open for Tripletrain, because honestly, that's all we're trying to do is put out good music. So anyone that gives a shit about what we're doing, just listen to the music, man, and be the judge for yourself what you like. So.
Well, there you have it. You heard it once again from Tripletrain, repping that tech life from the East Coast and such of the Big Apple.
Shout out Ashes 57.
Oh, Ashes. Shout out Spin, Tasso, Trey, Chap, Heavy, Tay, Earl. Who else? Ant-Man, Lightbulb, RP Goo, Manny,
Tracks, man.
And fucking R.I.P. DJ Rashad.
Rest in peace, Rashad, man.
One time. I miss you, big cuz.
Yeah, bro.
I miss you, big bro.
He saw something in us we didn't even see.
Yeah, man.
But on that note, I'm your host, Crossfire from the night, coming to you live from Brooklyn, New York, and such. Tech DJs, Tech Life, I'm gone. Throughout.
Yo, son, I had crazy bitch.